Hey everyone. Today I want to show you how I recently overcame a pretty difficult issue with NSFetchedResultsController and harnessed it to show different kinds of data in the same table. This is a problem I wrestled with quite a bit in the past, and I think it's worth solving for situations where you have a considerable amount of dynamic data to display in a table. The benefits of this approach when you have a diverse table is that you don't have to think about how many cells you're returning in each situation, and whether update, delete, and insert operations are safe to do without crashing. Every change is automatically performed and animated correctly. Of course, you can always call reload data, but that can make for an awkward and disorienting user experience because you never see what's actually changing. So if you want the reliability and nice visuals of a reactive table, then I think it's a problem worth solving. Keep in mind that I won't be covering core data basics here, so if you'd like to learn more, I'll leave a link in the description for a great tutorial. Now first I want to show you a little app I made recently where I tried this approach for the first time, and then we'll look at some of the code. So this is the app. Its purpose is to remind the user to fill out a health report every day, and it has just this one table view here. The top section here, there's just this button that takes you to the health report page, and whenever you open it, this little label here updates to show the last time you opened it. Here in the middle section you can see notification settings showing whether notifications are enabled or disabled, and allows you to enable them if the app never requested authorization before. If notifications were disabled, it shows a button that takes you to the app settings, so you can enable them from there. And down here in the bottom section, you can see the time you'll be notified to take the survey every day. And you can also tap it to bring up a time picker to change when that happens. Now, this section only appears if notifications are enabled, otherwise it'd be a little misleading. That's pretty much it. Now, I know if I'd seen this app now, I'd be thinking, how the hell can I use NSFetchedResultsController to power this table? I'd have to come up with a single entity that has every single type of data each one of these cells might need. It's kind of awful when you think about it because the entity you'd come up with really would have no true identity. And it will not scale well the more diverse your UI becomes because it had to keep growing with more and more fields, and so it would make it hard to reason about what's going on. So I figured, like, what do I really need to know for each cell in order to display it in a table like this? I need a section or row. I need the type of cell, so its class and reuse identifier. And I also need to know how to configure the cell and any additional data I might need in order to do that. And so what I came up with is this view model object here that has its section and row, the type of it, which is basically how it's presented and what cell it requires, and a reference to another object that contains the actual data the cell might need in order to be presented. Now, something that's quite cool about these view models is that they can share the same underlying backing objects. So in the daily reminder section, you can have, say, a single reminder object that has multiple view models. One that shows the reminder time, and another that shows a time picker that allows you to change the reminder time. The idea is to have our NSFetchedResultsController track these view models and configure them according to their types. Now, as you can see here, each type assumes this other backing object is present when displaying the cell, which admittedly is not great. Right now, I got these force unwraps here, and I can't know that they're safe to do. Ideally, there can be some mechanism for creating these view models that could give us some compile time safety guarantees. It's definitely something worth thinking about, but it's not something I want to explore in this video. Now, as you might know, NSFetchedResultsController does not keep track of changes in objects it's not directly monitoring. So a change in the reminder object does not trigger a change for its view models, for example. So the way I chose to overcome this is to have a touch method for view models, which just updates the last modified property of the view model. And so the next time we save, that view model will be updated in our UI. Unfortunately, that adds some busy work for us when performing updates, but this can also allow you to be specific about when your UI changes, which can be helpful in certain cases. And that's pretty much all I wanted to show you in this video. I'll leave a link to the code in the description so you can check it out for yourself, and look forward to hearing what you think. I plan on doing a few more videos on some cool things I've been doing with Core Data, so stick around if you're interested. And if you like this video, make sure to like it for the algorithm, and I'll catch you in the next one.